and surpass it. But without further ado, Angel Cortes.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. I'm really happy to be here. This is my second time here, and before I start, I'm not here to give you false hope, to tell you lies, any of that BS. I'm here to just tell you the truth, and hopefully it helps you. Obviously, I do some public speaking. I've gone to talk in front of billionaires, millionaires, newly graduated military officers, but the favorite people to talk to in front of is you guys. Because I was you. I am you. And yes, I've changed and I've grown, but at the end of the day, I'm still you. You and I have a lot in common, right? I'm the first one in my family to be born here in the United States. I was poor, I was malnourished, I was physically and mentally abused by my parents. And as a child, I didn't understand what I needed, but I just needed somebody to believe in me. And I believe in you. Right now, you guys are ahead of me. You really are. And you can accomplish not just as much, but even more. At your age, I was not even down this path that you guys are at. I've recently donated a kidney to a friend. She had stage 5 kidney failure. I've gone to work on some projects with National Geographic, the History Channel. Based off my experience in the Special Operations community, I've trained SWAT teams, sheriff departments, celebrities, and the public. I'm 2 classes away from earning a bachelor's in nutrition and dietetics. I was an Army Ranger. I fought in the mountains of Afghanistan, in Iraq. And before all this, I was a gang member. I sold guns and drugs. I controlled my own little clique within the gang. We sold all the drugs. And I've been jumped, I've been stabbed, I've been shot at. And before that, I was just a malnourished little kid wanting guidance. So today, what it's mostly about is just hope, right? Accountability. My life really started to change once I stopped blaming the world for all my problems. When I realized, okay, fine, I don't have the white picket fence family, I don't have parents who love me, I don't have money, I sleep on the floor, I wear the same clothes multiple times a week. But okay, fine, that's the hand you were dealt, but what are you gonna do? And it wasn't hard, and I'm not gonna tell you that it's gonna be easy. I mean, it is gonna be easy. It was really hard, but along the way, once I took accountability of my actions, people with good hearts were willing to help me and spend some of their extra time and money to guide me. So I joined the military, and an individual named Hugo Vanderwall took me under his wing. And to this day, I'll still ask him. I think I might have asked him this question like 20 times by now, but I just like to hear the answer. I always tell him, hey Hugo, what made you, spend more time and energy on me? And he said, because you were a knucklehead, no doubt. You were a knucklehead. But I can tell you were willing to learn and listen. And that goes a long way. So Hugo was pouring knowledge into me in not just the military, but again, I was malnourished, but I was not educated, right? So he was telling me about the world and the warrior spirit and how to carry yourself from day to day and all this and that. And finally, I told Hugo, you know what? After 2 years of knowing him, I was like, hey man, I think I want to go into the Special Operations community. And he's like, dude, you can do it. You can do it. And at the time, he wasn't my first line, supervisor or what it is your team leader. He wasn't my team leader anymore. So I told my current team leader, leader and my squad leader that I wanted to be in the special operations community, and they laughed at me. Here I am coming back from my first deployment, thinking, I'm a warrior, thinking I've proven myself, and my team leader, squad leader, teammates don't even believe in me, and they laugh at me, and they tell me why I can't do it. If Staff Sergeant so-so went to selection and he didn't even make it, and he looks like Thor and Superman, what makes you think that you can do it? And getting that type of negativity and stuff was not the first time, right? But I had to believe in myself. I had to have hope. I had to be like, okay, fine, yes. Do I look like Superman? No, I don't. Am I like book smart? Do I have a master's degree or a bachelor's or anything? No, I don't. I got a GED. Am I the fastest or the strongest? No, but I just wanted to believe in myself. I wanted to even at least give it a shot. So Hugo trains me up on the side. After work hours, we're working, we're going to PT, we're doing all this and that. And I drop my packet, and I make it. I become an Army Ranger. And when I came back to out process, the same people that were laughing at me couldn't even look at me. People who were like, I knew you had it in you. I knew it. I go to the special operations community, and it was everything exactly that I thought it would be, right? But then my time's over. I'm out. And I wanted to go to college because no one in my family had gone to college. But I just had a GED. So I applied to college. It was more to do it for my family, to show them like, hey, I made it to the special operations community. We work hard, yes, but we're also smart. And I took my placement exams, and I was so far behind that I was doing junior high math. There I am, 26 years old, and I'm doing junior high math. And I'm doing junior high English and reading and writing classes. And again, I found myself in a hole. And if you were an outsider again, you'd be like, this dude's not gonna get a college degree. There's no way. But you know what? I wanted to believe in myself. If I can apply myself, and then I should be able to make it, right? I put in the extra time. I go to the tutor center and tutoring center, and I'm getting A's and B's. I get my first degree, and my family was so happy. I think some of my family members were probably more happier for that degree than they were when I told them I was an Army Ranger. They were probably like, a Ranger? Is that like a you work at a park or something? And then time passed by, and I found myself empty. I didn't quite understand what it was, and what it was is when I left the special operations community, I lost my purpose, and I lost my brotherhood. Even the dudes that were kind of annoying, you know what? I was missing. I'm like, you know what? That dude was kind of annoying, but I miss him. And so I trained martial arts, right? I competed, and I fought in the ring. And I said, you know what? Let me invite the veterans from my martial arts gym from school. Let's just have a get together. I'll buy the UFC fights. I'll get the food. I'll get the beer, and let's just hang out. And I was doing it, and that gave me a purpose. And by doing that, it gave me my community, right? Both things that I lost. And then one day, my wife comes to me. She goes, "Hey, I'm pregnant. We have a third baby coming. I know what these events mean to you and the guys, but we keep going negative to our account. Oh, we're barely making rent." And I knew she was right. But I didn't want to stop the events because it gave me purpose. It gave me my community. And I started OG Pumpkin, which is an apparel company, and it also sells rash guards for jiu-jitsu and wrestling and stuff like that. But the initial goal was just to cover the UFC fights, the beer, and the pizza. But I made more money than what I needed. So I'm like, what do I do with all this money? Like, I don't care for money. Since I was a kid, because I didn't have people that cared for me, I just wanted community, right? I wanted a purpose, and I had it. So this is around COVID, peak COVID. So what I would do, I would buy Target gift cards, put hundreds of dollars in it, scratch off the information, and post it on the OG Pumpkin page, and be like, hey, if you lost your job, here's money, buy the essentials for your kids and the elderly, right? And then I met a gentleman called Bobby Tribal. Bobby Tribal owns Tribal Streetwear. They've been around since the 80s. And he told me, hey man, we need people like you. Name your current Chicano leaders. And I was like, I can't name any current one. He's like, exactly. Or name any low-income leader from any neighborhood that actually cares. And I couldn't name any. And at the time, I wasn't ready to take that big leap. And yes, even though I was in the special operations community and I've fought in the ring and I've done A, B, and C, I just wasn't ready to take that big leap and say, you know what, I want to be a leader for the community, right? So I've been campaigning to earn the trust and love of the people. Last year, I spent thousands of dollars giving out skateboards to kids in East Los, Santa Ana, Stanton, Anaheim, Watts, San Diego, Oceanside. Anywhere that there's a skate park in Southern California, I've been there. I would give the boards, but it wasn't about the boards, and it wasn't about spreading OG Pumpkin to make it bigger. It was my in to talk to the kids, because you guys aren't me, and you guys are capable of so much, and I know it may not feel like it, because when I was your age, I didn't feel like it. I felt like when people were talking to me, I was like, yeah, whatever, dude. You don't understand me. First of all, you don't even look like me. But guys, I am you. And it won't be easy. But I'm telling you, you guys right now are way ahead of me mentally. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you're passionate about, you can find a way to make a living. Nobody says, I'm not here to tell you like, hey man, you have to put on the suit, you have to go work at a job that you hate and you cannot like whatever it is, right? No. You can be yourself. Yeah, my hands are tattooed. My daily vehicle is a lowrider a limo on hydraulics. I hate being in suits. I rarely have to be in suits. You don't have to go for something that's not you. You can be yourself to be successful. And I'm telling you, life is a lot funner when you're on this side of the law, right? Because sooner or later, there's no future. There's no future in selling and kicking it on the streets. There's just not. But there is a future in stuff that might, that you probably grew up with. I remember my junior high teacher was like, you think you can just run around, cause trouble, carry guns, and make a living? And like, there I am in the mountains of Afghanistan. I'd be like, dude, I'm doing exactly that. Or then now I'm outside, and then the same agencies that used to chase after my friends and I are shaking my hand, telling me that it's an honor, to be trained by me. I'm not sure if where some stuff leads sometimes when I talk to people, right? But occasionally I'll get a DM, and it'll be like, hey dude, here's my tan beret, or here's my green beret, right? Green beret for special forces, a tan for a ranger, and they'll be like, hey man, you talked to me a couple months ago, and within the DMs I can tell I talked to this gentleman like a year ago. To this day, I've helped almost 30 people join the special operations community, many of them from neighborhoods that similar to your guys's. Maybe they weren't from SoCal, but there's neighborhoods that just like yours in New York, in Chicago, in Florida. So it feels good, right? It feels good that, you know what, I talked and you listened. And I don't want this interaction right here to be a one-way street. I come here, I take pictures and videos and deuces. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I hope you guys send me a message. I hope you guys, if you're local, come out to OG Pumpkin events. I hope you reach out for help with anything. Because, yes, I love the veteran community. I love it. But I just love you guys more than that, because you guys are me. You may not feel like we know each other personally, but you know what? I don't have to know your name. I do know the struggles you've probably been through, physically and mentally. And I believe in you. You should believe in yourself.